Hey guys, now I'm just going to give you a quick video of my thoughts on The Dark Knight Rises. I went to see it yesterday. This is really going to be a video about my Dark Knight Rises experience because I've had better movie experiences, to be completely honest. Right. I'm going to tell you what I liked about it first. Oh yeah, this review will contain spoilers, by the way, so if you haven't seen the film yet or don't want to be spoiled, I recommend you click to another video. Yeah, do that now. But anyway, overall, the film was great. I did like it. Wasn't as good as Dark Knight. I always thought Dark Knight was an absolute masterpiece with the Joker. Joker will always be my favourite Batman villain. But I think in order of awesomeness, I think the trilogy goes The Dark Knight Rises, and Batman Begins. Yeah, they're all great films. They really don't come, they're all really, really good. I mean, I really do like them. They're all about the same, but that's just my order of how I like them. But yes, now I want to talk about the villain, the main villain first, Bane. Bane was a great villain. A lot of people have been comparing him to the Joker. Well, not comparing him, but comparing the performances. And Tom Hardy did a great job as Bane. I really did like the character. I thought Bane was pretty cool. But Heath Ledger will always be. I think it's just the interrogation scene from Dark Knight. That was just, incredible acting. Now, the Joker and Bane are two very, very different villains. Now, the Joker, he tries to, mess up your mind. He's after a world without rules. And Bane is literally just raw power. I mean, he will kick your ass. Now, spoiler alert, he kicks the shit out of Batman in the film. He actually breaks his back, which I thought was a cool reference. Because Bane's always been the one to break Batman. Yeah, so Joker's all about, breaking you mentally, but Bane is all about, he'll physically fuck you up. So, that's Bane, really. And in terms, his voice, a lot of people were complaining about the voice. It was okay. I could understand some of it, but there were parts that I just really couldn't get. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you saying? I can't understand you with that mask on. Yeah, I wish they would have, done something about that. Sometimes, honestly, I needed subtitles to hear what he was saying sometimes. Yeah, but, yeah, it was okay. It was fine. Tom Hardy did do a great job on Bane. Yes, now, I'm going to talk about something that happened in the cinema. And it's made me, I need to watch the film again. Because when I was in the cinema, it was about halfway through the film, and someone behind me actually had an epileptic fit in the middle of the film. And this was really, really scary, because after the stuff that's been going on in Colorado, I was just watching the film and someone started screaming. And I had a small heart attack just then. But he had an epileptic fit. He was alright. The paramedics came. They paused the movie. The paramedics came, and he was alright. He actually managed to get up and walk himself out, so he was okay. He managed to regain consciousness, and he actually managed to stand up and walk himself out the theatre. So, happy that he's alright, but I really think I need to watch the film again, because, I think I just sort of, I was very, distracted about it. After it had happened, I was kind of shook up, because everyone was, screaming. So, yes, that was, yeah, I had a very small heart attack. But, yeah, other than that, the film was fairly solid. They have actually given me and my family, and everyone else that was in the theatre as compensation. They've given us free movie tickets, so we can go and see any film during the week. So I'm going to go back and see Dark Knight Rises again, so I can get a better feel for it. Hopefully it's not as busy, because the theatre was absolutely jam-packed. There was, hardly any empty seats. We managed to get there, early-ish. We got there just before the advert started, so that was lucky. The lights were still on, so we managed to find a seat fairly easily. But, you could see people, they were just trying to find a seat. Some people were there for ages. People having to stand up and everything, to let people in. That's another thing that really just bugged me about going to the theatre. There are all the rows of seats, but people sit, they don't go right to the end. you know, if the row's empty, people sit right at the start of the row. They sit right, you know, at the front of the row. It really does piss me off because then they have to stand up and you have to slide past them. You know, I've just drank an entire Pepsi, by the way, so I've got indigestion at the moment. But yeah, Anyway, back to the Dark Knight Rises. Talked about Bane. Bane was a cool character. Batman, Christian Bale as Batman. He did a good Batman. I've always thought Christian Bale has done the best Batman for me in the movies, not in the games, because, you know, you can't beat that Batman. But yeah, in the movies, I really do think that Christian Bale has done a great job of Batman. Yeah, it was really, really cool. Now, one thing that was kind of weird at the end, Miranda Tate. There's a character called Miranda Tate, and she is supposed to be like a CEO or something. She's supposed to be taking over Wayne Enterprises, and it turns out that she's actually Talia al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul's daughter. Yeah, and there's a bit of a plot twist at the end. She was good, and then she, you know, switched characters and stabbed Batman. Stabbed Batman in the back. I think it was in the back anyway. Yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of that. You know, I would have always thought it would be Bane that actually manages to, you know, put an end to Batman. Well, not put an end to Batman because he doesn't die after that. I don't think anyway. Yeah, and also Bane's death. I wasn't, you know, I didn't like it, to be honest. I always thought he would go out in like this awesome final battle, which he did have an awesome final battle, by the way, with Batman. Awesome fist fight, and there was also a fist fight in the movie. I think it was like halfway through the movie. Catwoman actually, you know, brings Batman to Bane and tries to, you know, she sort of tricks him into going into Bane with, you know, to fight with Bane alone, and Bane beats the absolute shit out of him, and that's when he actually breaks his back and he gets imprisoned in the prison that Bane was once in, and yeah, he's got a broken back, he's in prison. Why he wasn't paralysed, I have no idea. They actually managed to fix his back by hanging him from a rope. Don't know how that works, but whatever. But honestly, it's kind of one of those, you know, when you're just watching it, it's like, what? He broke his back. Why isn't he paralysed? Because they actually, after he'd broken his back, they actually picked him up and dragged him. So why he wasn't paralysed, I have no idea. So it was kind of one of those weird moments where you're just thinking like, what? But yeah, that was just me, really, probably. Yeah, but he does manage to get his back fixed in prison because there is a doctor in prison in his cell with him, I think. And then he actually manages to do, you know, some push-ups, and he's trying to get out of this well thing. And he has to like make a jump, and he keeps missing it. But yeah, he manages to do it in the end. But yeah, and he goes back, and then Bruce Nolan, Bruce Wayne actually manages to go back to Gotham, and, you know, save the day. So what Bane was planning, Bane was once in the League of Shadows, and he was excommunicated, I think, and, you know, they got rid of him. But they're actually trying to blow up Gotham. They're trying to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's, you know, plan to destroy Gotham. They have this sort of like clean energy thing. It's like a fusion reactor, and they modify it to make a nuclear weapon. And they go in to destroy Gotham. Now, what they have said is that if anyone leaves Gotham, they've got an anonymous trigger bearer, the detonator. An anonymous person has got that, and it's actually Talia who's got that. Yeah, but if anyone leaves or tries to leave, they blow up Gotham. They actually nuke it. But what they've done is that they've taken the core out of the actual reactor, so even if no one escapes, it will still blow up after 5 months, I think it was. Yeah, and it does end up blowing up. You know, 5 months later, it does blow up, but the Batman, you know, sorts it out. He actually he takes the bomb and he takes it over the sea and it blows up there, so it misses Gotham. But it also appears to show you that Batman sacrificed himself. But at the end, there's a scene with Alfred. He's in like a cafe, and you can see Bruce and Catwoman, Selina Kyle, just sat at a table. So whether he died or not, I don't know. I don't know if it was a flashback, and I was really confused. I was really distracted. My mind was just in two different places because I was thinking about the dude that had the fit, and I was trying to think about the movie as well. So I really need to watch it again to actually get the full feel of it. But yeah, it really that when he had that fit, it really did scare me. To see someone do that, it's really kind of strange. It's not something you actually want to see. Yeah. Anyway, I've gone off track. Yeah, it's a video. I know I'm kind of jumping around, everywhere. I haven't talked about Catwoman yet. Catwoman, played by Anne Hathaway, make of that what you will, was very good. I really did like Catwoman in this film. She was properly hot. I really did like Catwoman. She's cool, but I'm not a huge fan of Anne Hathaway. But, yeah, Catwoman's cool. At first, she was sort of like, just a thief. And she's actually looking for, like, a clean slate. She's trying to find this computer program that will actually wipe all of her records and so she can start again. So that's what she's looking for, and I think Bruce actually gives her that in the end. I think so anyway. Like I said, I was pretty distracted. Just playing with a little sideswipe crayon there. But yeah, that's Catwoman's motive. And she's the one that kills Bane with the Batpod. She's got the Batpod, and after the fight with Bane and Batman, Batman actually manages to beat Bane, but Talia is actually revealed to be like Bane's lover or something. She fixes Bane, fixes his mask, and he is about to execute him with a sawn-off shotgun, but then Catwoman comes in with the Batpod and shoots Bane with a rocket or something like that. So that's Bane's death, and I wish she'd gone out a little bit better than that, but never mind. It was an okay death scene. But yeah, have I covered everything? Probably not. Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox, great actor, great character. Michael Caine as Alfred. I love that Alfred. He's an awesome Alfred. And he's got some really emotional scenes in there, especially at the end, because Bruce Wayne has appeared to have died, and you can just see, Alfred is standing in front of the three graves of Bruce's parents and Bruce, and he's like, "Oh, I failed you," and it really is sad at the end of the film. But you do end up seeing, Bruce and Catwoman in a calf with Alfred, so I think they did survive. So yeah, but I'm trying to think of any characters that I've missed. I can't remember the actor's name for Talia, Miranda. Who else was there? Who haven't I talked about? I don't even know. But overall, I'm just going to wrap it up here because I'm rambling. I know I've been jumping from one point to another, but I do apologise. Overall, I recommend you go and see this film. It is a great film, a great ending to a trilogy. It's one of the it's one of the few times where the ending to a trilogy, the third movie, is actually good. I mean, it's a great film. I do recommend you watch it. Oh yes, character. I've forgotten his name, forgotten the actor's name. But John Blake. John Blake was a police officer. He's a really likeable character. I do like this guy. I've forgotten his actor's name. Let me try and think. Nope, I can't think of it. Anyway, John Blake is actually, I think it's hinted that he is supposed to be Robin. So that'll be cool. I'd like to see that if we're getting like a spin-off or something. I'd like to see a Catwoman spin-off from Christopher Nolan, or a Robin spin-off. That'd be pretty cool. Because Robin is supposed to be like Batman's successor. At the end of the film, he does find the Batcave. And I assume he's either going to become Robin or he's going to become the next Batman. So that should be cool. But I really like to see how that pans out if we get another movie. But oh, sorry. Yeah, I'd like to see that in another movie. But like I said, go and watch this film. It's a great film, really nice ending to the trilogy. Definitely wraps everything up into a nice little bundle. So yeah, definitely go and see it. Anyway, that was my thoughts on The Dark Knight Rises. Fantastic film. Yeah, and I'll see you guys later.